This is what Hanover looks like. It's the state capital of Lower Saxony and home to some 500,000 people. And this is what Hanover sounds like. That convinced UNESCO to select it as a city of music. Some were surprised by the decision. Hanover is considered lackluster, boring, a bit vanilla-flavored. Local politicians are hoping the Accolade will raise the city's profile. Marlis Dreverman, Director of Culture and Education, launched the application.
While we were working on the application, we were surprised at just how much we have to offer in Hanover. And so we've been optimistic from the outset. We are sure of ourselves.
But did the city really deserve the Accolade? Hanover's most famous musical export is probably the hard rock band, the Scorpions. The group may have passed their peak, but with record sales of 100 million, they number among the world's best-selling bands. And Lena Meyer-Landrut also comes from Hanover. In 2010, her song Satellite won the Eurovision Song Contest. But what about up-and-coming talent? The indie rock band Lieber Herr Meier are practicing in this empty warehouse. They perform regularly in local clubs, but the circuit is pretty limited. Most musicians tend to leave for Hamburg or Berlin. Lieber Herr Meier are hoping that the UNESCO City of Music title will help them along.
It's nice in general that more people are taking notice of Hanover and realizing that music is being created here. A lot probably didn't know that before. So maybe something will happen that we'll benefit from. But I'm not going to hold my breath. If it does happen, then all the better. If not, we'll simply continue to play.
But what about things outside the rock and pop scene? Hanover was explicitly chosen for its musical diversity, for Hanover's girls' choir, for instance. The choir was founded in 1952 and now enjoys international renown. Hanover is home to 400 choirs. That's more than anywhere else in Germany.
There's so much musical diversity in this city, so it truly deserves the title City of Music. Hanover can definitely hold its own against other cities.
It's also the birthplace of Emil Berliner, the inventor of the gramophone and shellac disc. He was the first to market 7-inch records.
Ultimately, Berliner made a very basic human wish come true. He developed a way of recording sound. His invention was very practical and compelling.
Hanover is equally proud to be the home of the Dluzak guitar, one of the city's most famous exports. The Colt guitars are manufactured by hand, here on the outskirts of Hanover. They're a favorite of Rolling Stones guitarist Ron Wood, as well as Nick Valenci of the New York band The Strokes. Company founder Dieter Gulsdorf made the world's first Duesenberg in 1986. Who would have thought that music history would be written here in Hanover?
You have to get creative to get over how boring and gray it is in Hanover. So that's why there's so much creative potential here.
As one of UNESCO's cities of music, Hanover will now be pooling that potential with other cities on that list, including Seville, Glasgow, and Brazzaville.
It's an acknowledgement of the work being done in Hanover. And it's also a way of guaranteeing that this work will continue, thanks to the networks that exist.
So the Scorpions won't be Hanover's most famous sons for much longer. All sorts of concerts and workshops featuring musicians from the other cities of music are already scheduled. Let the music play.